Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft. My name is Minnie Quinn. This is Minecraft 1.19. This is a realm. And today, what we have in store is we're going to break down our creeper farm. So, I built a creeper farm early in the season, and it's a passive farm, meaning that I don't, it's not a kill chamber system. I can AFK if I want to, but I don't need to. So the idea of building it here within the boundaries of the farm was so that it could work while I have the chunk loaded. So while I'm working on other projects on the farm, the much like the melon farm, the creeper farm would just automatically work, right? It would just produce gunpowder. The only thing is it's not producing at a rate that I would like. It's just not producing fast enough. So I think I AFK'd here, and I think I got one gunpowder every 2 minutes. So it's a half a stack an hour, which isn't that great. Now, it's not the fault of the design of the farm. I think the design of the farm is great. It's perfect and it works. I think what happens is I don't have the area lit up enough. And I think you really have to light up the area maybe like 120 blocks away. I don't have the area lit up really fully. I would really need to spam torches, light this area up, and light the area below. And I really don't. I honestly, I'd rather rebuild the creeper farm somewhere else than to try to go through and light up the cave system below. So it does work. I was here just a few minutes ago, and I did hear some creepers falling and dying. The other thing I'm going to build into the, so I will build into the new system. I've already decided. I think I'm going to build into the new system a trident killer. And I think one of the reasons why is because we can kill the creepers with the trident killer, stand there with our looting 3 sword, and then get a better rate. So that should help improve our rates as well. The other thing about the farm that I built was I didn't build very many layers because I didn't want it to be too tall. So I may have only built 3 or 4 layers. The next farm we build, we'll probably build, not probably, we will. So we'll build 7 layers. And then I do have a surprise in store for you. I want to wait until we build the other farm before I show you a little bit of a surprise. Something I learned watching YouTube, and I'll tell you who the farm is based on once we start building it. But there's going to be a special surprise, little trick to the way we build the farm, and I'll show you that when we build the new one. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to build the new one. So we'll tear this one down, and we'll build the new one somewhere over the ocean. So we'll build it all the way out there. Oh, see, that creeper should have been in the farm. So I think that's a big reason why we're not getting the rates that we want. It's because, like I said, I haven't lit up this area. I would really need to torch spam the entire area, and I would need to torch spam down below, and I haven't done it. But I'm going to build the next farm way out over the ocean because it is going to be tall. It's going to be up in the air, and I didn't want it to be an eyesore. So we'll build it over the ocean. We'll build it out of rendering distance so we don't have to see it. It will be an AFK farm, so we will have to AFK there in order to get gunpowder. And then what I'm going to do with this area here, so I'll move this farm here. I'll move the lava farm as well. I'll put it back over on the other side of the melon and pumpkin farm. So we'll put this out of the way. We'll we'll dismantle the creeper farm here, and that'll open up this whole area right here. And one thing I wanted to do at the beginning of the season, but I didn't because we ended up building the creeper farm here instead, is I wanted to put a barn. I had plans to put a barn in this area here, and I think we'll go ahead and we'll resurrect those plans. So once we get this dismantled, that moved, our next project, or one of our next projects, will be to go ahead and build these poor animals a barn. So get them up out of the rain. And the other thing too is last episode I did tell you that my auto farms stopped working, and they still are not working. So they're still not doing what they're supposed to do. So this will be a project for another day. I don't know. I may need to replace my farmers, or I may need to replace my villagers here because I don't know why it's not working. HB was on the other day. He did say that his farms were still working. So I don't know why mine broke and his are still working. I couldn't tell you. But that's what we have in store for today. I'm going to put this gun pit. So I can hear. So this farm does work. I can hear a creeper dying right now. See if we get any gunpowder. Yeah, 2 gunpowder. So it does work. It's just not pulling in the rates as fast as I would like. That's all. And so we'll build one out over the ocean to reduce the mob. I should really sleep. To reduce the mob cap, so we can produce more creepers. We'll put in a trident killing system, and so that we can stand there and kill them and use our looting three sword to hopefully increase our rates. And that'll be our project for today. So why don't I go ahead and start dismantling the creeper farm? And whoops, how about if we back away? There we go. Why don't I go ahead and I will start dismantling that creeper farm, and I'll meet you guys outside once it's done. Hey guys, welcome back. And I am standing on, so we're over the ocean, and I am standing on the platform. So this would be the AFK platform for our brand new creeper farm. We made a lot of progress, and I'm just going to walk you through. So again, this creeper farm design is based on a tutorial by Rob's Mind, and I will link I'll link his video in the description as well. It's going to have an etho clock, and I'll link Etho's channel in the description as well. So let me walk you through what we've completed so far. So behind me is going to be the collection system, and this is also going to be it's going to be a trident killer up above. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So this is going to be our trident kill system. So we'll be able to stand here and AFK. We'll create an AFK platform, and we'll be able to stand here with our looting three sword and hopefully increase our mob drops. Different from Rob's Mind is we actually built it higher in the air. So there is going to be this drop section here. And hopefully what that'll do is that'll damage the creepers a little more, so that when they make it into the trident kill chamber, it's not going to take a lot to finish them off. This is the water collection system, so it's pretty expansive. We did make it out of glass. I know HB had a concern about making it out of glass because he thought it might let light through, and with the new mob spawning light levels in 1.19, so there can be a little concern that we might not get as many spawns as we'd like because light may be creeping into the system. This is a 1.16 design, but if light is a problem, we can always enshroud the entire spawning platform in tinted glass or something else, black wool, anything to like block out the light if we need to. I don't think that's going to be an issue. These are the spawning platforms. Rob's Mind had two types. He had a 5 level platform, spawning platform system, or he had a 7. We decided to go with the 7 to maximize our gunpowder output. And it's a combination of, so each level you can see is in a diamond shaped. And then they're surrounded, each level is surrounded by buttons. And I'll show you why in a minute. And then the top, and then throughout every other block has a fence post. And then up above on the blocks where there is no fence post, we put a trapdoor, pretty standard for creeper farms, right? And The idea is wherever there's a fence post, nothing's going to spawn in that position, and wherever there's a trapdoor, it's too tall for any other mobs to spawn in. So the fence posts will keep spiders from spawning in, and the trapdoors will keep anything taller than a creeper from spawning in. So skeletons, zombies are too tall. Creepers are short; they can clear the level of the trapdoor. And then what we have here is we have dispensers. So we have, and inside each dispenser is a water bucket. So we have on each level we have four. I should put a torch down here. There we go. Four. Just kind of building a creeper farm. I gotta make sure the light levels are high so they don't spawn in creepers while you're building it. And then these, once we activate the system, these dispensers will then dispense the water periodically. So that's why we're going to hook it up to an etho clock, because we're going to set a timer. So every so often, whatever time we set, these dispensers will activate. They'll flood the entire platform, and then every creeper that is spawned on it will wash off, and they'll wash off into the collection system. So this is different than the original creeper farm that we built by JC Plays. JC Plays relied on the creeper to move. So we had holes every other, with trapdoors on it was like a perforated floor. And but we were relying on the creeper to move and to fall. And if the creeper doesn't move, that's just one less creeper you're not gonna benefit from. This time, it's no matter what creepers spawn on this platform, they'll all get washed off. So I think what we're going to do is we'll take advantage of all the creepers that spawn on the platform. Every single platform like this is exactly the same. And I'll take you to the top and I'll show you the dispensing system that we have so far. So this is the last layer. This is the 7th layer, and then we'll put a roof on. But basically, each layer has 4 dispensers. And inside, or in the middle of each dispenser, is a sticky piston with a redstone block. And inside each dispenser is a water bucket. So what's going to happen is on the roof here, we're going to set up an etho clock. The etho clock will activate the pistons, and the sticky piston will push the redstone down. And once the redstone is down, it'll activate the dispensers, and water will come cascading out of each dispenser periodically. And the one thing that we want for the buttons is the buttons on the end keep the water from falling off the end and like a waterfall, right? So the buttons will stop the water. The water won't spread any further than this last block, and that's what all the buttons are for. It's to keep the water from cascading off of each level like a giant waterfall, which we don't want. So what I'm going to do, guys, is let me go ahead and I'll finish up the roof, and I'll meet you back here and I'll show you how I'm going to set up the etho clock. I'm just going to literally follow step by step on the tutorial, but let me get the roof in and then we'll go ahead and get the etho clock installed, and I'll meet you guys back here. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, so we're at the very top of our brand new creeper farm, and we're ready to build our etho clock. So I'm hoping I have the right supplies. If not, I'll have to go get them. But we basically need to have 2 hoppers facing into each other. All right, then we need the comparators running out of each hopper. Like that. Okay, and I used my blocks. I needed 32 blocks, but I used them. Didn't know I was going to need extra blocks for this, so I might have to hop down and grab a couple more blocks so that I have 32 for the clock. All right, so regular pistons. regular pistons facing in towards each other. And a redstone block on one of the pistons. All right, like that. Okay, you know what? I needed a switch too. So I'm gonna be right back, guys. I need 2 more blocks and I need a switch and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back at the Etho farm, and it turns out I don't need a switch for this. Maybe I'll put a switch on it if I need to shut it off. I'm not sure. We're on a realm, so I'm not really worried about this thing staying on and breaking the server. I don't think it can. If it becomes a problem, we can put a switch on there later. We'll just have to remember to switch the system on and off whenever we're using the farm. But for the moment, I think we'll just keep it running perpetually. So I have the block, so I put the two facing, the two hoppers facing each other. I put the two pistons, the two comparators, and the two pieces of redstone. So now I'm going to place 32 blocks in this hopper here. And then right here by this comparator, I'm going to dig down 2 blocks, 1, 2. And then I'm going to place an observer facing, I would say facing down, right? Shift like that. Put these 2 blocks back. And then that should activate our water stream. Let's see. And it does not. So I have done something wrong, and I think it's the observer. I think the observer is upside down. Oh, I need to put redstone on it. Oh, the observer probably was facing the correct way. All right, so let's do that again. Observer this way. Place the block and put the redstone on it. There we go. There we go. And it should have flushed all of our torches off. And that's okay. I want to watch this thing trigger. So all of our water comes to the edge but doesn't go over. That's what the buttons were for. So the buttons were to keep the water. It was to allow the water to go all the way to the edge to flush all those creepers off, but not enough that it's going to create this giant waterfall. So it looks like everything's working. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and grab some stone blocks, and we'll go ahead and we'll just make the it's not going to work yet because we still have light coming through, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down and I'm going to grab our blocks, and I will go ahead and I'll put a roof on this thing, and then I'll meet you guys after I put a roof on it. I'll go ahead and I'll meet you guys back downstairs. Oh, we do have some water falling off like a waterfall. Okay, I want to watch this, see where our water is. So a couple of spots on the back side. So we'll go ahead and fix those with buttons real quick. I'll figure out where they're at, and then we'll just throw some buttons down and we'll fix it. That's what we don't want. We don't want that giant waterfall effect. All right, guys, welcome back. Okay, so the roof is done. Pretty much the farm is done, other than I just need to go ahead and slab the roof just to make sure mobs don't spawn. I could torch spam, but I don't want to. I would rather slab the roof instead. The etho clock is working pretty well. Let me go ahead and walk you through the farm. It's actually working, and it's working well. It's working a lot better. We're definitely getting better rates than our old farm. And I'll walk you through the farm. You saw a little bit in the last video, but I just kind of want to show you. So I extended the roof out. So the tutorial has the roof in a diamond shape, similar to the floors, but going out a little wider. But I don't think that was blocking enough light because of the new 1.19 update. You know, mobs don't spawn. Mobs at 1 light level, so everything has to be 0 light level. So I went ahead and I extended. I just actually just squared the entire roof off. That's all. That's all I did. So now I just have to slab everything. But you can see that the etho clock is actually triggering the dispensers, and dispensers are pumping out the water. We did fix that one waterfall issue that we had in that you guys saw. We were actually missing one button, believe it or not. And so everything's working well. It is giving us gunpowder. It's giving us gunpowder at a much faster rate than our other farm. So I did AFK here for about 40, I want to say about 40, 45 minutes. And I ended up getting, I want to say 2 stacks, which is of gunpowder, which is much, much better than what we were getting. We were getting last farm, we were getting a half a stack an hour. So definitely faster rates. It actually looks beautiful. It's a beautiful farm. I mean, my gosh, it looks absolutely stunning. The only thing is I don't know where to AFK. The tutorial says to AFK 20 blocks out at the middle level, 20 to 25 blocks out from the middle level, the middle, the center platform. But if I do that, then all my falling will fly. Extendo wings, activate. But then if I do that, I won't be able to, I'm worried that they'll despawn down here in the kill chamber. So that doesn't make any sense. When I did AFK, I actually did AFK down here next to the chest, and I did have my looting sword out. They were spawning in. I was getting them to drop in, but I'm afraid if I'm down here this low, 2 stacks, and I'm getting some string too, so I think there's probably spiders spawning. See, here's one already. There's probably missed a trapdoor somewhere, so it's probably spider spawning, but I don't think it's going to affect our rates any, so I'm not worried at all. It's certainly not worth it going back into this farm to try to find that one spot where we missed. Hey, yo. Hi, yo. To find that one spot where we missed a trapdoor. I ain't going to do it. I'd rather have the string. So I might wall the kill chamber off with another set of glass, and then that way we can pick up the experience points without worrying about picking up our trident, because if I stand too close, I will actually accidentally pick up my trident, and it is a little bit treacherous trying to go back in there, breaking blocks when you've got creepers in there. Try to put your trident back in. And so I know they spawn in if I stand here, but my worry is that I'm not utilizing all 7 layers. Like maybe they are spawning in on the first layer, second layer, yes. But am I truly getting if I stand down here, am I truly taking advantage of all 7 layers? So, yeah, but it is working, and it's, like I said, it's giving us a much better rate of gunpowder than our previous farm. So I really like it. I'm impressed. This was a good farm. What I would say, difficult to make in hardcore mode, yeah, because it's anything that requires you going up in the air is gonna, it's gonna have its challenges. Wasn't too bad. I mean, we had to lay down the trapdoors. Probably the ceiling and the trapdoors are most tedious part, but we've had to do trapdoors before on the previous farm, so that wasn't too much of a bother. Plus HB did a lot of work. He helped me out quite a bit with a lot of the tedious stuff. So I think what we'll do is once HB gets back on, we'll just so I think the light levels are all set. I mean, it was daylight and it's still spawning in creepers. Like I said, I think it's just a matter of now finding that magical AFK spot. So but I think that's it. We're going to call it. I think the creeper farm is done. I'm pleased with it for the moment. I still have to slab the roof, which is going to take some time. So I'm not going to bore you guys with it. We still have to decide on a spawning area, and, but other than that, I think it's good. Oh, I just saw another creeper drop. So it is working, guys. We just got to figure out an AFK spot. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like. And I won't be streaming next weekend. Next weekend it's not the 10th. It is, I was going to say join us every Friday. We stream from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, but I'm not streaming next weekend. And I don't know what day that is. Maybe the 9th, maybe the 8th. I don't know, or maybe the 10th. I don't know. So whatever day it is, we're not going to be streaming. I will be out of town at a concert. So, but I really appreciate you guys watching this, and leave a like if you enjoy the content. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Thanks. Bye.